Welcome back to Ferris Sports Update. Time to talk Bulldog football. And with us, head coach Tony Annese. And coach, first of all, welcome back to the show. And I know it's been a short few months since the season ended, but certainly a busy few months as you get ready for next fall.
Yeah, very busy. It seems as though there's no off season anymore. So, ended with 4 straight wins, and then came into the off season recruiting and did a nice job there. And now we're into spring ball.
I know, talk about your recruiting class, certainly a great class. We had Coach Brady on a few weeks ago, and just talk about that class overall, how you expect them to impact your program.
Well, it's the first time since I've been here where we kind of went out and met our needs. We recruited based upon what we really needed rather than just trying to get the best players. And we've got great players, but also they fit a lot of our needs. So, it all depends on how well they do and come here and perform, but we're excited about, really, since we've been here, we feel like we got a solid group of guys for 3 straight years.
I know not only the recruiting process, winter conditioning taking place, and Coach Hodges working with those guys. Talk about how the winter conditioning program went.
Well, it's just amazing. Our guys are so committed and so determined to get better, and they got the taste of some significant victories over the last couple of years, but they're not satisfied. I think they want to push beyond where we've been, and the work ethic's been incredible. Their determination to get bigger, faster, stronger, all in place, and very competitive guys who know that maybe they started last year, but there's someone breathing down their neck this spring. So that's an awesome feeling.
Right, from winter conditioning into spring football, maybe late winter football here this season. A few practices under your belts here. Tell us what you've seen so far from your team.
Well, we've been out in the snow a couple times, so that's tested our toughness and the coach's toughness, because I'm not all that tough in the winter anymore. But it's been good. It's been competitive. We've tried to streamline what we're doing on offense and try to get focused on the things we need to do to get better. And so we don't have a million installs. We're running 3 or 4 base plays and trying to get really good at them. And our emphasis for much of what we're trying to do is just get better at the things that we weren't great at last year. We can run the ball downhill with Jason Vanderlaan. That's been seen the last couple of years. So I bet he hasn't had 3 or 4 carries in spring ball. But we're trying to get going with some other things. Polish up the pass game from the offensive perspective. Special team-wise, we've made some changes, and then on defense, I think those guys over there are just trying to give a lot of guys opportunities, and that's what spring ball is all about. We've got a lot of young men who have had a lot of opportunities to prove themselves over the course of this spring.
Certainly a lot of guys coming back from last year, an 8-3 season. Talk about that experience returning and what you expect out of those guys here as you move through the spring.
Yeah, it's kind of nice. It's you walk out there and you're talking a language where they understand. Other than the freshmen who are still learning, but other than that, you got guys on both sides of the ball. We got 9 returning starters back on offense, and then probably 7 or 8 that started at some point. Like we've got on our team, we've got 3 centers who have started at least 4 games, so that's kind of nice. And then on defense, last year we were somewhat unstable there in regards to, at the beginning of the year, you're having guys that knew where they fit, and so now we've got a lot of guys who now played this past year and are really trying to take it to the next level.
15 practices here this spring, of course, capped off by the spring game, April 19th. Tell us a little bit about the spring game.
I think it's April 18th, actually. April 18th. It's a Friday, and I know that's unique, but it's Easter, and so we want to get our guys home so that they can at least enjoy Easter. So we're finishing on noon on Friday, and it should be fun. We've the last couple of years made it competitive, and we've split up the teams and have a draft, and we'll do that again, so yeah, we're excited about that. But until then, we're doing a lot of things, situational, challenging ourselves to really adapt to some of the challenges that we face during the course of the year, and be a little bit more, spontaneous about certain circumstances where we can react in a more effective way, where our quarterbacks can make the right checks, and just trying to be a little bit better at all the little things that we may have messed up on last year.
course, a few more weeks here of the spring than the spring game, as you mentioned, on April 18th. And from that point, becomes almost the off-season month. So what does your team do in those months leading up to the start of fall camp?
Well, our players, we get done, and then we've got basically a week and a half, and then, those guys are taking exams. So we really let them get away from us and stay focused on, finishing strong academically. We'll have exit interviews the week that after Easter there, and then we go on the road and recruit in the spring. Spring recruiting is more of just trying to find prospects, identifying who are the guys that we really want to recruit in the fall, and maintaining the relationships with the high school coaches, because that's really helped us. High school coaches in the state have really served us well, and we're trying to serve the young men that send us as effectively as they expect us to, and so that's been good. And then it comes summer camps, one-day camps, and we travel all over the Midwest, just going one-day camps, identifying prospects.
Season starts early September, non-league game at McKendree, a new opponent that the Bulldogs haven't faced. Nice
to have a Division II opponent. First time since I've been here, we'll play 11 Division II games, and I don't know if it hurt us last year, but going and playing North Dakota State was fun and challenging, but obviously it might have hurt us in the playoff situation. I don't know that as fact, but so now we get McKendree at McKendree, and then we go to Northwood, Grand Valley at home, and Saginaw on the road, first four. So again, a first month of one home game, but we're excited about it, and we've got some great opponents this year that we have to play. We've got the champion Ohio Dominican that we have to go there and play. So amongst all the other challenges, we've got some new ones that we haven't played before that'll be fun.
You mentioned the Grand Valley game, home opener September 20th, one of 5 home games, and should be a great atmosphere atop Tiger Field.
Yeah, it's it's always fun to play them. They went to the semifinals this year, and they're battling us as hard as we battle them, and I think that there's that rivalry there now. It exists. When I first took the job, I didn't know how long it would take for that to exist, but it certainly exists now. They're a threat to us. We're a threat to them, and I know both of us right now have it on our mind. Once week 3 comes, that's a big game for us.
You mentioned some of those conference games on the road, some tough road games, some long trips, Ohio Dominican, Michigan Tech, and of course the game you mentioned at Saginaw Valley.
Yeah, we go back to back at Ohio Dominican and at Michigan Tech, so those are tough trips. But all of us have the challenge, and it's just basically like climbing a ladder. You got one game at a time. If you step over one of the steps on the ladder, you fall. That's the only way you get over one game is by falling. We fell against Saginaw last year, and we fell at Hillsdale last year, and those are our only 2 league losses. But we need to be better, game in and game out every week, and our whole philosophy is to go out and give our best effort on every week.
Well, Coach, best of luck as you continue through the spring. Looking forward to the spring game April 18th, and hopefully some fans can come out and watch the Bulldogs.
Yeah, we'd love to have them, and I want to congratulate Bob Daniels and his coaching staff and his team for just an incredible effort again. It makes us all proud.
We'll be back with more Ferris Sports Update right after this.